What is up, internet? It's your boy Alan, back with another video. And in today's video, I find myself in the Central Park in Saigon. Absolutely stunning. I chose my Airbnb because of the fact that this is really close to this park, and I find in Ho Chi Minh, especially in District 1, it's hard to find a nice peaceful place to walk, and I've found that here. So in today's video, I want to talk about different traveling styles. I think there's one traveling style of where you go, like you're hitting, like for example, if you come to Vietnam, you might hit Saigon, then you might go to Hanoi, then Da Nang. And I think this makes sense from the perspective of, you know, somebody that maybe only has a 2-week vacation. They're working their corporate job, they were able to get 2 weeks of PTO, and they're on limited time. And this is a way I used to travel a lot before I got unemployed, and let me clear this up. Before I became unemployed, and now I have the luxury of time. But you know, if you don't have the luxury of time, it can be really hard to slow down your traveling pace, and there is a time constraint, so you have to constantly be on the go and hit as many locations as possible. I used to do that when I did like an Italy trip, and we went to like Florence and Rome and Amalfi Coast. And I think in general, that's just the way we had to do it. Like, we would stay in a certain city for 2 days, and 1 day, and then 2 days, and there'd be a lot of flying and traveling back and forth. And I think it was really nice that we would be able to see so much of a certain country and maximize every second while we're in the country. So I think that's cool. You get to see all the different touristy sites, but it's kind of hard to actually feel like you're being a local in that city or country, because you basically fill up all your time hitting every single tourist spot you possibly can. And that's one way to travel that I think a lot of people usually do, because in America you have very limited PTO time, and your goal is to maximize and see as many things as possible. But I think, you know, the pro of that, obviously, like I mentioned, was you get to see so many sites. You probably see more of a country than some locals, actually, because I was in Vietnam, and this guy was born and raised in Saigon, and he's never been to Hanoi. I was like, okay, interesting. But I think the con of traveling where you need to constantly be on the move and go is that can be super exhausting. And I think as I get older, like I'm 29 now, I have a lot less energy or tolerance to feel like I need to travel and go and see all of the country. And I don't want to feel like I need a vacation from my vacation, and I think that traveling style can make somebody really tired. But I know some people are just go-getters and they like to do that. So there's different flavors of traveling, and I've experienced both. And I think, especially if you're doing a group travel, I could see the other person. Some people like to travel like that, and I'm usually pretty flexible. Like if I'm traveling with a friend and they're on limited vacation time, like I'm about to go to China in 5 days, and one of my buddies, he only has 10 days of vacation, and you know, we're really going to be maximizing every single day we're in China. We're going to start in Shanghai, Chongqing, maybe do some day trips. So we're really getting after it. And so I could see, like, if you do group travel, the group probably wants to bounce around a lot. But since I've been laid off and I have the luxury of time, and I'm solo traveling a lot, it's been 2.5 months solo traveling. I'm about to end my solo traveling days soon in the next 16 days. Wow. But I think it's time to end it. It's been well, it's not done yet. I still got time. What am I saying? But it's coming to an end. But since the last 2.5 months, I've really adopted this traveling style of trying to live like a local, if you will. I think what I've been doing usually is I book my accommodations in certain touristy areas. I go see all the different touristy attractions, and after a few days of that, I begin to move to other neighborhoods and districts based off research on good areas to be in, but as well as accommodations. Like, this Airbnb is a nice spot, this hotel's a nice spot, it's good value. But it's really allowed me to build a routine, and I go to the same breakfast spot, go to the gym, I go for the same walk, and it's also allowed me to establish relationships with people I meet on my travels. I met some friends at the club or bars. We were able to hang out, chat, and catch up, and it would be really hard to do that, right, if I had my plane tickets booked on a very stringent schedule. There's no flexibility really, because you're go. You're gonna see all the touristy stuff. You have no time to connect with the locals and people there and possibly go on dates. And I think that's also another way to experience the culture. You could obviously do the go touristy type style where you're just bouncing around each site and seeing each tourist destination. But you can also connect with the country's culture by getting to know the people and establish relationships with those people and become friends with them. And that's a style I've really been adapting to and enjoying on my solo travels, because, you know, when you're solo traveling, it does get kind of lonely, and I feel like it's a little bit less fun if you're just hitting all these tourist destinations by yourself as well without finding people. And, you know, I find enjoyment of going to a coffee shop, people watching the locals, and, you know, I could sit at a coffee shop for a few hours. But if I was on that schedule of go, I feel like there might be less leeway to travel like that. And I think the traveling of just like putting roots down in a certain city for a few weeks feels like you're actually living in the city. It's a different type of traveling, and I've found a lot of enjoyment in it as well, because usually when people I talk to, they're visiting Vietnam, they recommend that, you know, you hit Hanoi, Da Nang, you do a bunch of day trips. And, you know, I thought about doing that as well, but frankly, I'm really enjoying the chill travel style of, you know, wake up, get breakfast, sit at a coffee shop for 3 hours, maybe I go lay back in bed, I can go for a walk, maybe I can, if I make a friend, I can catch up, get dinner with them multiple times. And even through that friend, they're able to show me the local spots of what locals do. They eat here, so that's how I feel about the different traveling styles. And I think it's an interesting experience if anybody ever gets the chance and they have the luxury of time to try a travel style like that, where you are just really enjoying the city you're in, and you don't have that sense of urgency and a packed schedule to do this, that, and that. I feel like I'm a tourist that enjoys doing non-touristy things. I'm the tourist that is basically I'm the tourist that doesn't like tourists, even though I do touristy things. But when I'm around an area where there's so many tourists, I'm like, bro, get me out of here. Wow, look at this view. It's pretty sick. What? What was that? Low key, those kids are ruining my train of thought. But as I've experienced both styles, I think when I'm solo traveling, I do enjoy the slower pace of travel. There might be some other friends I go on trips with where they do enjoy the same style as me. But I'm really adaptable. If my friend wants to go,
I
and
wanted
see all these
to-
cities, like I'm down, I'm with it.
Just talk about this concept that's been ruminating in my mind and get some free flowing thoughts out there. And I don't know, how do you guys usually travel? Are you the kind of person that has that stacked itinerary, like a super type A traveler? I would definitely say I am not a type A traveler. I'm the kind of guy that builds his itinerary the morning of. I'm on TikTok, I'm watching vlogs, I look at my Google Maps pins, and I'm like, okay, maybe I hit this 1 or 2 spot and 3 spots and call it a day. I usually don't pack it to the brim. I think you lose efficiency in the trip, but what I notice for my traveling style is I'm just a chill guy.
Trying to take in the vibes of the locals, and I don't mind just sitting at a coffee shop for an hour or going to a park for going to the same park 3 times and doing that and building a routine, because I think that's also a different way of traveling. It's traveling and living. There's the type of tourism where travel where you're just hitting every touristy spot, but I'm finding enjoyment of living like a local that's temporary. But that's my stream of thought video for today. And thanks for tuning in. I'll see everybody in the next one. Peace.